So you've just watched Toon Turf's pilot episode. You know that this is the origin story of Riggy the Rabbit Monkey, a popular YouTube Shorts mascot. But after watching, you found that there are a few questions you have about different characters and the lore behind them that you really want answers to. In which case, this is the video for you. Hi, I'm Datchia. I've been making theories about Riggy the Rabbit Monkey for over 2 years now. I've released long-form theories about it, discussed it in live streams, and have written over 100 individual short theories about almost every detail in the show, even before the pilot came out, even compiling most of them into a playlist if you ever want to go on a binge watch. But if you don't want to watch every single Toon Turf theory I've ever done, well, that's your loss, then this video is to catch you up on the lore. Now, keep in mind, these are just theories based off information that was already hinted at in Dano's videos. End of the day, this is all just speculation about what's going to happen in the show. But this is your last warning in case you want to go in blind watching the series. As for the rest of you, I really hope you enjoy these theories. And while you're here, please do subscribe. I really want to hit 400k soon, and we're so close to that goal. Subscribing will let me know that you guys want more videos like this, and I really appreciate it. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. So if you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that you've seen the pilot, and if you haven't, go watch it. Especially because there's going to be spoilers up ahead. From the point we are at in the timeline, Riggy's just moved to Toonville. He wants to start a new life and make a name for himself outside his family, who clearly don't like him that much, as they favour his brother over him. However, he picks the town with one of the worst crime rates, Toonville. In fact, it was likely intentional that he picked this town just so he could play hero, which honestly is a little stupid, but I'm not about to question the logic of a 17-year-old. Now, if you've watched the pilot, I don't need to explain to you what happens throughout it, except for events I want to go into more detail on. You see, one of the major things that was brought up during the pilot is Red Rabbit Day. We get told a bit about what Red Rabbit Day is from Billy, but there's definitely some other things that I feel like you need to know. 20 years ago, the Red Rabbit went on, as Billy describes it, the biggest crime spree in the history of the Tooniverse. Because this, Randy Rabbit got arrested for being the Red Rabbit. And yet for the past 20 years, he still claims to be innocent. But that's all we know up until this point, right? Well, no. You see, in Dano's Discord, he had this section called Riggy Series Updates, which he used to post hints about potential characters that were going to be in the series, or give subtle hints about the lore. This channel can be both helpful and infuriating, especially since it was the place that Dano insisted that a toilet was going to be a major plot point in the show. And it's infuriating that we still don't know how or why. It's been over a year and we still don't know what the toilet means, and it keeps me up at night, but that is for another video. Anyway, one of the things that Dano liked to post in this channel was text boxes that fit the same colour schemes of the characters, so we knew who was talking in which box. We can actually see what Randy was saying as he was pleading his case to the politicians who was locking him up for the Red Rabbit crimes. He framed me. I swear I'm not him. Are you politicians colourblind? He's not me. I just want to see my daughters. Please let me go. I didn't ruin everything. He's not me. At this point, I think a lot of people know that Ruby Rabbit is Randy's daughter, but not a lot of you guys seem to know about her twin sister Candy. Now, the reason for that is probably because she's not in Toonville right now. She's a famous singer and is likely going to be in Rhinonopolis debuting her new song. Her song, My Everything, was actually playing on the boombox while Ruby was putting up the Free the Red Rabbit signs. The song was written and can be found on Switch's channel, who is a longtime friend of the channel and I'd really recommend checking out. Now, Ruby is older than Riggy by 4 years. Since Ruby and Candy are twins, it's likely that the same goes for her, meaning that when the series starts, Ruby and Candy are 22. These girls have not seen their dad out of prison in 20 years. It makes sense that people won't listen to Ruby when she pleads that her dad is innocent. People likely think that because she was so young at the time, she wouldn't be able to handle the truth that he is the Red Rabbit. But the thing is, he likely is innocent. Going back to the text post from Dano's Discord, we saw some other lines said in red, likely by the Red Rabbit himself. A lot of them are jumbled and mixed and saying things like, everything's his fault, framed, whose fault, Red Rabbit, Lucky doesn't know. And then we're brought back to the colourblind line, because Randy is more pink than red, and in this moment we see he's asking, why is he getting blamed for something when clearly people have described it as the Red Rabbit terrorising the town. Randy is not red, he is basically pink. However, I think if we want to know more about the Red Rabbit, we have to look at someone that was actually there. In the text post, Lucky mentions how he saw the Red Rabbit. The Red Rabbit was how he learnt the truth about their world. Keep in mind that this was 20 years ago, so for Lucky to have seen the Red Rabbit, he would have been about 15 to 16 years old. Safe to say that this was prior to his intense amount of fame and fortune, or it was just beginning. Now, Lucky is an odd character in the show. He's brought in as this celebrity that everyone loves and no one dares to speak a bad word against Lucky. Yeah, we know Riggy isn't exactly a fan of him, but that's explained through his general envy of celebrities, and the fact that his parents loved Lucky more than him. In fact, when it's found that Lucky's Plushies factory was running a drug-dealing operation, Lucky claims to have no idea what happened, and is outraged that people would do such a thing in his factory. And everyone just believes him, up until the final credit scene, where we see the real crazy side of Lucky, even see him burn the footage from the factory, which was actually hinted in a police report we got before the series came out. The Lucky we see here is completely outside his celebrity persona. He's smart, and he also seems paranoid. And you might think that this paranoia comes from his factory just being investigated, leaving him grabbing at straws to clear everything up. But I don't think that's it, because it doesn't explain Lucky's reaction upon seeing Riggy. When Lucky first runs into Riggy, he has an instant reaction that can only be described as recognition. He knows who Riggy is, and nearly slipped up in saying his name. But why would this big celebrity know who this kid is who just moved into town? Well, we might actually have an answer for that as well. The reason that Lucky knows who Riggy is because they're actually tied together through the prophecy. Did you notice that dream that Riggy had at the beginning of the show? The purple fire, the red sky, the people dying around him? While Riggy might just write these off as dreams or maybe intrusive thoughts, they could have been glimpses into the future. The result of something we know as the prophecy. And we also know that Lucky has had these dreams as well. We know this because of the secret documents we've seen referencing when talking about Lucky, and apparently Lucky's own words when confronting Riggy about the dreams. The visions that he has seen himself, and he asks Riggy why he thinks that is. This is found in Dano's Discord in the Riggy series update section. It suggests that Lucky and Riggy are both psychologically connected to this so-called prophecy. But what is it exactly? Well, we don't exactly know. The references to it has to be vague, and we know it's something to do with the purple fire. It's likely linked to the destruction of their entire world, as well as Riggy's own kill count, which vaguely implies that Riggy is the one to blame for the destruction of their world. Currently, Riggy doesn't know why he's having these dreams. However, eventually he's going to learn about the prophecy. But Riggy isn't having it. His whole life he's wanted to be a hero, and now he's told the opposite is going to happen. So Riggy decides to not accept this as reality and in fact destroys the prophecy, which means all is good, right? Well, no. If you're just learning about Toon Turf now, you might not know that Riggy has been on YouTube for a while now as Dano draws his mascot. And funnily enough, this is all technically canon to the show. Riggy finds a way to travel between our world and his world, which is where he meets Dano. Riggy's obsession with wanting to become famous is why they start up the channel in the first place, 3 years after the pilot was set, which means in the timeline it comes around at the end of season 2 when Dano meets Riggy. The reason I bring this up is because despite Riggy knowing about the prophecy or being labelled as the prophecy destroyer, in a lot of his videos he seems sad and guilty. Not only that, we see him struggling to admit to himself that Lucky might have been right. Except we're not told what Lucky might have been right about. This has been kept vague, and we're not sure if it's true or if it's just Riggy doubting his own mindset. Lucky and Riggy are two sides of the same coin. For the first season, while yes, Lucky is the villain, it's hinted that he changes and his reasoning for doing bad things is for the greater good. And if that's the case, what does that mean for Riggy? Guilt is a major theme in Toon Turf, and for Riggy's character as a whole. If you watch the first episode, you see how distraught he is at the fact he couldn't save Billy. We see his kill count pop up at the end of the episode, and knowing that his kill count exceeds the thousands in the future just makes you think of how many lives he's been responsible, how much guilt is weighing on his conscience. At the beginning of the show, Riggy wants to be a hero to an almost selfish degree. He needs to prove that he's a good person, and in doing so, he ends up hurting more people. I'm certain that in Season 2, he's going to go directly against Lucky. He's going to show the people of Toonville that Lucky is a bad guy, and in return become a hero for going against him. But is this once again his selfish goal of becoming a hero to bring about a way worse result for the people of Toonville? I think in order to understand exactly what's going to happen in Toonturf, we need to look at what happened before. What exactly happened 20 years ago? Who is the real Red Rabbit? What does Lucky know, and how is he right? Did Riggy destroy the prophecy or only make it worse? What secrets lie beyond their world? These are questions that we haven't really answered yet, and not only that, I feel as though once we get these answers, we're going to develop more questions and want more answers. So this is where I ask you guys, if you're as hooked on the series as I am, and if you want answers, then join me in theorising about it. You can join my Discord, where we have an active community of theorists, or make theories of your own and post them to YouTube. This is only the beginning of a new set of theories. In fact, the reason that this video has been taking a while to make is because I'm working on 2 other Toonturf videos that break down other elements of the show that I think you guys will be interested in. Plus, I'm still trying to make daily shorts that break down more and more of what we know about the series. But what do you guys think? Are we on something here? Thank you guys so much for watching. These videos are always fun for me to make, so it's great to know that you guys enjoy them as well. Thank you to my members. Once again, your support for this channel is why I can continue to make videos, and I appreciate it so much. But if you can't be a member, that's okay. I'm so thankful to everyone who's subscribed. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!